FI gave me a long-term goal to aim for. Emphasis on long-term. For a lot of people, the time until you reach FI is gonna suck. For me, it felt repetitive and restrictive. It's like watching a plant grow. There's not much you can do other than nurturing and watering it. Once I finished optimizing my life for FI, I felt like I was wasting a large part of my life, just waiting until I reached FI. Discovering CoastFI got me out of this rut and changed my life way ahead of reaching FI. Here's how. Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Mike. I am pursuing financial independence, and after traveling around Asia in 2022, I'm currently figuring out my coast life. On this channel, we explore how to live the financial independent life without actually being financially independent yet. What is CoastFI? CoastFI is an intermediary stage on your journey to FI. Essentially, it's the stage where you do not need to worry about your saving rate and instead only need to earn enough to cover your living expenses. You are not withdrawing for your nest egg yet, but you've reached a point where you're comfortable with your investment portfolio, and the power of compounding will help you reach your FI number over time. Why should you consider CoastFI? In short, if you value time now more than reaching FI as soon as possible, then you should consider CoastFI. Let me explain. I consider myself generally as a patient person. However, the time between starting your FI journey and reaching FI is just too long. At that time, I didn't particularly enjoy the job I had and came to the realization that a corporate career or job is most definitely not what I want to achieve. All of that despite starting a second degree in management just prior to the realization. More about that in a future video. So after discovering the concept of CoastFI and doing the calculations, I realized that I have in fact already reached my CoastFI number. So I decided to make use of the freedom and security that CoastFI offers. I resigned and took time off to discover what I want to do in the next 5 to 10 years and what kind of life I want to create for myself. And the possibility to explore and experiment is why I personally love CoastFI. For CoastFI, you're trading time now at the expense of reaching FI a bit later. Let's walk through a simplified example. This is Michelangelo. Michelangelo is 30 years old and wants to have the option to retire by the age of 45. Michelangelo estimates that his annual expenses in retirement is $36,000. All assumptions regarding safe withdrawal rate, expected return, inflation, monthly contributions remaining the same, Michelangelo's FI number is 900,000. Michelangelo has done well for himself and starts with a 450,000 net worth. Master Rat would be proud. Ceteris paribus, Michelangelo would reach FI in 15 years at the age of 45. But also at age 30, with 450,000 in investments, Michelangelo has already reached the CoastFI stage. Meaning, with no further contributions and thanks to the power of compounding, Michelangelo is expected to reach FI at the age of 50 with CoastFI. Only 5 years after traditional FI. That is the power of compounding. In summary, Michelangelo will reach FI in 15 years with traditional FI, with CoastFI in 20 years. If you're interested in how to calculate the CoastFI numbers, check out the link below. So, what do you get for trading in the extra years until FI? Higher degree of freedom earlier on. A lot of people pursuing financial independence do not actually intend to retire after reaching FI. They plan to continue working, but only in jobs that create joy and generate value in their lives. With every stage of FI, you can unlock a certain amount of freedom. At some point during your FI journey, you will have amassed a certain amount of wealth. The exact amount is highly individual. For me, it was when my net worth reached 6 figures. This meant that given my current expenses, I would be able to live for at least 3 years without having to work. This is what some people like J.L. Collins refer to as FU money. This was the first time I started to think about the liberties that my nest egg is granting me. Here is a non-exhaustive list of liberties depending on your FI stage. Starting at the stage where you are on your FI journey and have FU money, you can decide to no longer continue with a side hustle or negotiate for more flexibility at work, such as location flexibility, working from home, or working later in the evening so that you can take care of your children. Or you can be more courageous and look for a job that you enjoy more, pays more, or has better benefits. The next stage, CoastFI, allows you to already start living or exploring alternate lifestyles. You can take a break from work for example for a sabbatical or mini retirement. You can dabble in entrepreneurship or self-employment. I highly recommend the book Minimalist Entrepreneurs, link below. Or try a form of nomadic travel with or without employment. The options of reducing your work hours and going part-time is also possible. This is because CoastFI does not eliminate the need to earn money, but it eliminates the additional pressure to save a lot of money. Starting at the stage of barista-fi, you can consider working seasonally or only parts of the year. And with reaching lean-fi, you can work on only things that you enjoy to earn a bit of additional pocket money. Lastly, any stages past fi, work becomes optional and you can retire and never earn another dollar if you don't want to. I am currently in the CoastFI stage, so I decided to make use of one of the liberties. I went for a career break, which I used as a trial run for fi. It is difficult for me to imagine a fi life, and it still is to some extent. However, CoastFI gives you a taste of the fi life without necessarily having to spend years saving and working only to realize that you don't enjoy a fi life, or that you prefer working and want to keep doing so. That means you don't actually have to save like a maniac. In 2022, I went on a year-long trip because I thought traveling would be a significant part of my fi life. However, it turns out I don't actually enjoy traveling as much as I thought, but that's a topic for another video. Healthier relationship with money. When I was pursuing fi, my relationship with money was unhealthy. I stressed out about spending any money, and I deprived myself of many things that make life more enjoyable. I remember one beautiful summer day when I was chilling at the lake. There was an ice cream truck parked nearby. It had delicious sorbets, including my favorite mango. However, it was just a few bucks more expensive than I expected, so I decided not to treat myself and watched my friends enjoy their ice creams while I sipped on my free tap water. Guarding my money like Smaug guards his treasure was driving me and those around me crazy. In CoastFI, I still don't splurge, but because I technically don't save any money anymore, I can spend what I earn. This has allowed me to have a healthier relationship with money. Risk of CoastFI compared to traditional fi. CoastFI is not the end goal. The end goal is still fi. CoastFI is just an intermediary stage that can allow you to take the foot off the gas pedal and to cruise, or shall I say coast. As with any investment strategy, there are risks involved in CoastFI. For instance, relying on the power of compounding means you need to be confident in your assumptions and your investment portfolio's ability to grow at a consistent rate. If your assumptions are too optimistic, it is possible that you won't reach fi. It is also essential to have a safety net in place in case of an unexpected emergency. Lastly, you need to be sure you're happy with the degree of freedom and the almost limitless possibility CoastFI provides. It leads to a more ambiguous life, and this might be something many people are not used to and can feel overwhelmed. I most certainly did in the beginning. Instead of dreading being the boring middle, CoastFI is a wonderful stage to reach during your fi journey. It gives you the freedom to be confident, to say no to things that just don't suit you, because you now have a few money. To explore, you can say yes to things that you want to do. Say yes and be less concerned about the monetary consequences. Test what kind of life you want to have, or explore alternative careers where money has a lower priority. To slow down and relax. A huge weight was lifted off my shoulders knowing that I can make my fi journey more enjoyable. Thanks to the power of compound interest. You no longer need to penny pinch or save to eventually reach fi. Time is your friend for once. Reaching fi is definitely not a 100-meter sprint, nor a marathon. It is a lifelong journey. You might as well enjoy it slowly and steadily. Let compounding do most of the heavy lifting. Unlike just powering through until fi, mad respect for all the people with this kind of perseverance and stamina. I personally am excited for this stage as I can explore and find the right balance between living the life I want to live now and achieving my goals in the future. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like to help me reach more people who also feel a bit stuck in their life and are looking for an alternative way. Thanks for watching and see you next time.